Welcome to the Rowdy Studio. I'm Buzz Cutler. Bassmasters is sitting next to me. Bassmasters, Tony Stewart has won 50% of the chase races, 4 of 8 events, yet he's in second place.
Because Carl Edwards has been more consistent. Carl Edwards has a less bad, worse finish.
I know why, but is it right?
Of course it's not right. Listen, we said when they introduced the point system, it was an average finish system, which it basically is, except for the bonus points you get for winning. Well, Tony Stewart has actually gotten those bonus points in half the chase races, but it's still not enough to overcome the fact that Carl Edwards has a better average finish in the 8 chase races. That's what this point system does. It rewards consistency. It doesn't give you big bumps for a first or a second or a third. It gives you big bumps for not having a bad finish. And the fact of the matter is, if you line up the best finishes to the worst finishes of each of these 2 drivers, you've got Tony with 1, 1, 1, 1, and then like 7, 8, 15, 25, something like that. And you've got Carl with 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, something like that. And an
11th.
An 11th. So the 25th, which is Tony's worst finish, and the 11th, which is Carl Edwards' worst finish, that is the difference. That is how we determine our champion, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if Tony gets another win and Carl's, Tony can overcome that, but he's going to have to be, he's like, as you say, he's won half the chase race. If this were an 8-race chase,
he would not win.
He would have won half the races and finished second. That's the fact of the matter.
See,
so don't tell me that winning's just as important and winning's most.
Well,
you got to win races to win the chase. That too is.
Well, you're the one who always. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Tony Stewart has done his job to a better extent than anybody else has done their job. If your job is to go out there and win races.
But your job isn't to go out there and win races.
It should be.
I'm sorry, Buzz Cutler. Go back to whenever they announced this, January. Announce them. Go back and read what we wrote. Go back and listen to what we said. We said this was a possibility because it's an average finish system.
Look, NASCAR.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is, an average finish system. You reward the guy with the best average finish. Now, you can overcome that with a few wins, but apparently winning half the races isn't enough to overcome
Let me talk to our friends.
Even when your worst finish, by the way, even when your worst finish isn't like a 43rd or a 35th, it's a 25th. Okay?
Mr. O'Donnell, Mr. Helton, Mr. France, hell, Mr. Darby, we respect you.
Of course.
I like the wild card. I think the wild card was it was a stroke of genius.
Why? Because it rewarded winning.
I like the chase, right? I'm not a chase basher. I don't even mind that you changed the point system. I would have changed it differently, but you achieved your goal in terms of simplifying it. But this has got to change. I hope
But why are you just now figuring this out?
I'm not just figuring it out, but now we've known this all along, but now it's visceral. It's tangible. We see a guy who's won 50% of the races in the playoffs and is yet in second place. So now
No, you don't understand. You're going to have to win in the chase to win the championship.
No, you're not.
Evidence for you to look at. NASCAR to say, woo,
and let me just say
this may not really be the point system that we want.
Well, they can't go changing it again.
Yes, they can.
They're not gonna.
What? Why can't they change it again? They change stuff all the time. In the offseason, all you have to do is say, you know what? We're going to give 7 points for wins or 10 points for wins. That's all you need to do. And there's no reason at all
Cutler.
You shouldn't do it. Or at least say, okay, you know what? Then just give extra points for wins in the chase. I don't care. I don't want to do away with...
So you want to fix this one little problem? Go ahead. But I don't,
I don't want to do away with rewarding consistency. I think consistency should be rewarded. I think somebody who gets consistent top 5s should get more points than somebody who gets consistent top 15s with 1 or 2 wins thrown in there. But I do think those 1 or 2 wins should be given a little extra juice, and I think you have evidence now to support that with the fact that Tony Stewart has won 50% of the chase races and is in second.
Be aware that you could have a situation where a guy goes out and runs second in 8 chase races and still doesn't win the championship because of a couple bad finishes, right?
I understand that.
It's not just the fact that we don't award enough points for winning. It's that the system doesn't award points for all those good finishes in a way that it even just a little bit, used to.
I agree with that.
That's the way it is.
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, look, take the best of both worlds. You want an average finish system? Okay, I understand that. But let's just correct that a little bit. Let's balance that a little bit with a little bit more of a bonus for winning.
I wouldn't object, okay? I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, they could bump the win bonus up a little bit. I could see that.
They're going to watch this video.
You think they're going to?
How could they argue with such sound logic?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Get O'Donnell on the phone.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.